facts. No cap and you hate that, yeah. Big facts. No cap and you hate that. Big facts, big facts. I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. I'm a redneck, cracker ass country pimp. I got my seat lean back, walking with a limp. Square body in the drive, heater on my hip. Kentucky clear in my jaw, let me take a sip. Skull ring in the seat of my blue jeans. Flat top on the wall, hanging next to me. I just wanna make music, it's my therapy. But I use a hollow point, both till do the surgery. You don't wanna cross me unless you want your life changed. To show respect if you show less, I'll leave you scatterbrained. I stand up for me and mine, it's ride or die thing. Put me on Front Street, you'll probably get your veins drained. Big facts, big facts. I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. Big facts, big facts. I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. Gotta keep my circle cinched tight like the noose around the neck of all the haters scheming cause I'm letting loose. They may try me but they can't deny me all the things I've worked for, prayed for, climbing cause I got the juice. I'm a no dog learning new tricks in the sticks, gaining clicks, a little funk country in the mix. Born a hick, not a lick, keep it slick like my drip, dropping dimes like I play for the New Knicks. I know I don't fit the rap god mold, trust me I've been told, honestly the story is getting old. But I got soul in my flow and my blood runs cold, you can't get me off my game, no I'm too strong. Look, I'd rather sit around the campfire than throw some hands, sip a beer with my dog, but hope you understand. My kindness ain't a weakness, I was raised in Dixieland. You be a bitch, I flip the switch and then I test your sand. Big facts, big facts. I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. Big facts, big facts. I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. Big facts, big facts. I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. Big facts, big facts. I'ma only tell the truth, no cap, and you hate that. I'm 100 proof, keep it real, no rat. Stay strapped, double tap, let me draw a map, case you wanna test that. Big facts. No cap and you hate that.
Here we go. Here we go. What it is. It's Saturday night, and Uncle Turtle is live on the interweb, on live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. That's what we got going on. And tonight, I have an awesome country artist named Arvel Terry. He released a new single. We're going to play it here in just a little bit, but it is rocking, and it's a banger. I love it. I was very, very pleased with it. But without further ado, here's the man, Mr. Arvel Terry. Tell him what's going on. Oh, he's getting with it.
What's up?
What's going on, sir?
Man, living the dream, only in my dreams.
Well, sometimes it's a nightmare, you know.
That it is, that it is.
So, how's everything going? How's everything going for you? You know, it's a big day. You released your single. Congratulations,
Yeah,
by the way, because it's killer.
I appreciate it. So this is my first actual release.
Mm-hmm.
I put 2 songs out before, but this was the first one that I really put, getting it mixed and mastered and going through the process. And it was a learning curve, learning to do all that.
Well, the other, I'll tell you this: the other 2, I've listened to them, and I don't know who mixed them or whatever, but it's not like they're horrible. I mean, I was actually surprised when you said this was the first one that you've actually done professionally mixed, because the other 2 sounded decent enough. I mean, I wouldn't have known it if you didn't say anything. But go ahead.
No, they're really good, and the gentleman that did it was a great guy. They were kind of, I don't know, I guess you'd call them demos. Is how they were made, and I released them. I was just trying to get music out there.
Right.
didn't really know anything about mixing and mastering and all this, and still don't. I know
Yeah.
it's, I definitely know what it sounds like when it's done.
Yeah.
Um,
That's
but
that's one of the things I learned enough about mixing and mastering to know that I didn't know shit. And so at that point is when I was like, I'm not going to be able to learn how to do all this. So I need to pay somebody to do it.
definitely, and that's kind of where it came in, was money was the big thing. So I put those first two songs out with just a little bit, and then I got a little money up, and I was introduced to Omni, which is the producer that did Small Town
Okay.
Boys, and man, he just was very professional through the whole thing. Like, I mean, we sat there and we made sure we got everything right, and
Yeah.
that man's ears are just, he'd hear things I couldn't even hear on the track and fix them. So um, I was blessed to get to meet him and get to work with him, and I plan on working with him again. I've talked to him actually today about us getting back in there and working on some new stuff. So yeah, I'm excited.
So you released your single, it was that midnight time last night, right?
Yeah.
Uh, talk about your single a little bit, and talk about the song, and kind of where it came from, and then we'll play it for everybody and let everybody hear it.
So I grew up Rock Island. Oh, excuse me, beer. I grew up Rock Island, Tennessee, outside of McMinnville. Grew up very backwoods, Caution Light,
Mm.
and that's kind of where I got the song idea. Was, in the beginning it says Casey's house kicking on a Friday night. Um, my best friend growing up in high school was Casey, and that's it. You'd find us in the garage blaring some music on the radio through the speakers, getting drunk, having bonfire, and just having a good time. We used to run up Spencer Mountain with somebody that was old enough to buy the liquor, and we'd go to the only liquor store, which is on Spencer Mountain, and
And
get
wait,
liquor or get moonshine. And
where was this?
Rock Island, Tennessee is where I grew up, went to high school.
Okay. How far
And
is that from Nashville, where you are now?
hour and a half, hour and 45. But yeah, like a small town. I grew up nursery capital of the world, just nothing but trees for miles.
Mm. I grew up I was born in Florida and lived in Georgia later on in life, but I grew up in Kentucky, and that's one of the things that I really miss because I live in Kansas now, and I live in western Kansas, which is flatter than your sixth grade girlfriend, and I miss the trees. You know what I mean? Just driving
I,
and seeing it.
I lied to you. So I grew up in Rock Island. Um, my teenage years, I was actually born in Palaca, Florida, and I
Mm.
grew up some of my youth in Crystal River, Florida, Homosassa, right off the like Gulf of Mexico, like basically swampland, Florida. It's not your postcard Florida.
Right.
And it was
I
very
was I
backwoods
was
country
born in
too.
Postcard, Florida. I was born in Clearwater Beach.
Oh, Clearwater. Okay.
Yeah. I haven't been back there in years, and it's a hell of a lot more beautiful than Kansas. And it's Kansas is
I always tell
beautiful,
people
but
Florida's a great vacation spot, but you don't want to live there.
you want to go visit. But you know, well, talk some more about this single. Sorry, I was distracting
Um,
you.
no, you're good. Sometimes I get a little bit long winded.
Have
ADHD
at
is
it.
hell. Place. Um, I got the hook and just kind of the idea of small town boys and me growing up as a teenager, hanging out with my buddies, and I talked to the guitar player OG that did the solo and all the guitar work for the song, and he introduced me to Omni, and we just kind of talked, and I told him, we went over a couple different song ideas, and this one just kind of stuck. It felt right,
Hmm.
and OG started putting some guitar tracks down to it, and I just started writing it, and we sat there in the studio and wrote it out and got it all pieced together and did the demo. And it's 2 months later, it finally was finished and ready to go. And then I had to wait 6 weeks and get it set up for release and do all the final stuff. So to finally be here and have it out and people can listen to it is like a breath.
Oh, for sure.
And now it's like, okay, let's push it. Let's get people listening to it. Let's get it out
funny,
there. So,
you know, people don't realize how long it really takes to put out a project, a song, or let me say hello. Honest, I hope you're still in here. What's up, Devin? We got 2 Devins in here. Hey, hey, hey. And then Knuckles just popped in.
what's up, guys?
And you know his wife is sitting next to him.
I was there for that interview.
Wow.
That was an interesting interview.
I just heard, yeah.
Appreciate that, Knuckles. Yeah, man. Your wife, I guess y'all are talking about coming down here. I'm still looking to meet up with y'all, so
I wish I could be a fly on the wall when that happens. Chad Speeds. Arvel, you know a Chad Speeds?
That's my brother-in-law, still lives in Florida.
Okay.
He's kind of helped me do some of the marketing stuff and help share it. He's kind of my hype man whenever I start kind of getting like, oh man, can I do this? He's like, you got it. Just keep pushing that wall.
You need that guy.
Yeah, he's very supportive, and I'm really appreciative of
him. Knuckles says that his wife is the one who showed you to him.
Hey, thank her for that, man. I'm trying to get out there.
Yeah, man. Well, let's play your new song.
Do it.
I'm telling you guys, hold on. I'm playing it on YouTube and there's a freaking ad.
What are they selling?
Crypto. Dogecoin, baby.
That's what everybody's buying now.
No cap, I bought $25 worth of Dogecoin in February. It went down to $18. And now that initial $25 is worth, I think it was like $2.20 today. And I'm just like, and then, Elon Musk is going on Saturday Night Live tonight. And he's already said he's going to talk about it. And so I'm hoping it spikes tonight. We'll see. We'll see. I'll be 100 air.
Right. Chad Speed's been trying to get me to get into the stock market game. He's trying to teach me a little bit about it.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I just, on a whim, bought Dogecoin, and it's worked out. But
I bought Bitcoin at like 40,000, and then I sold it because it wasn't doing anything, and then it shot to like 60,000. I was like, well, I fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. My dude, Chris Mitchell, I went to like middle school with that dude. Chris Mitchell's an awesome guy. But he really looks just like that. Here. Ashley Knuckles, there's the woman.
Hey, Ashley.
Thomas Harvey. I'm sure your mom is enjoying your music up here in Illinois.
Yeah.
That's got to be for you, bro, because my mom lives in Kentucky.
My mom side of the family and all them live up Mount Vernon, Illinois, Southern Illinois. And my mom was the first person to hear me recorded and sang, her and my father. And they're like, you can sing. And I was like, no, I can't. Like, no, you can. So they're kind
and dads no, dude. I've been trying to tell my kids that for 17 years. Listen to your parents. They know what they're talking about.
Yeah, but when you're young and you're that age, you don't ever listen to your parents until you're older and you're like, you're right.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, let's play this damn song. Ladies and gentlemen, Small Town Boys by Arvel Terry. If you don't like it, then I think you got something wrong with you. Yes, sir. I love that song, dude. No cap.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Like, that's a banger.
That
That's a
solo,
party
man, I
song.
love
Oh
that
yeah.
solo. I'm so proud of that solo.
Oh yeah. Is that are you going to be able to tour or play shows with that guitar player or
From what I understand, he's already touring with another band.
yeah.
Um, he came in, we worked together, and then I think as we were finishing up Small Town Boys, he started running with another band.
Mhm.
Um, but I'm looking for guitar players. If anybody on here, Nashville area,
There
is
you go.
looking to link up, I'm looking for guitar players. I've got offered some show spots, and I'm trying to get a band together so that we can start rehearsing and building a set list and
Yeah.
start taking it to the streets. So
Take it to the streets.
yes,
Damn
sir.
it. That I used to be in a band and I was in two bands, and that's one of the hardest things as an artist who writes original music is one, you got to find people to play that music with you unless you're just a singer songwriter. And then two, it's one thing to find somebody who plays an instrument, but do they play it in a way that complements what you want your sound to be and all that, you know? But
Right, right.
it's fun. It's fun, and when it clicks, it's awesome. But Ashley said she doesn't like the way you hold your vape like a real cigarette.
I usually hold it like a cigar, like I'm puffing on a
There
cigar.
you go. There you go. Let's see who else we got on here. Let me go. Devin Laterno said he's going to go learn how to play guitar real quick so he can.
Get it in there, Bubba. Let's do it.
I uh I've played guitar for 32 years, 33 years, but I can't be a lead guitar player. I was
Well,
more
there
of
ain't
a
no sense in me picking this thing up at all. Then
oh that's like I didn't. I'm a very slow learner on the guitar, and I gravitated towards singer songwriter stuff, country music, but just me in an acoustic in the beginning, and then I started learning how to play lead, but it was all blues licks, and my dad got me listening to blues when I was young, and so
I like blues. I really like
it's
blues.
the expression and everything in blues music blows me away. I love all music, but that's what I play. You know, when I play the guitar, just because that's what I know. Uh oh.
Tina,
Hey, yeah, Ashley's calling for her. Bring her out.
here she comes. I love blues and kind of that folk sound that's kind of like the mud of music. I love just mashing it all together.
Right.
Um,
Hey,
this
you
is
better
the lovely Sheena.
make room for your better half, bro.
She is my support at home. She stays up with me when I'm working trying to get this music out there, and
Where did the dreads go?
Oh, they're there.
she's
Oh,
got
okay.
them.
There. Okay.
They're really long, so they get hidden.
I
Or
I watched a video of Bob Marley playing soccer in Jamaica, and he had crazy long dreads. He would wear an empty backpack and stuff his dreads in the backpack and zip it up as tight as he could so that he could play soccer and they wouldn't fly everywhere.
Holy
It
shit!
was amazing.
I've seen people like wrap them up on the top of their head, and
Right.
that's much. I ain't got time for that.
I got to
Uh,
see Stephen Marley play Bonnaroo back in '08. It was Chris Rock, Metallica, Jack White when he was with the Raconteurs, and Stephen Marley. Holy cow, what a show.
Now is that Bob Marley's son or his grandson?
I believe it's Stefan, Damien, and Ziggy.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Now
I believe
I
those are
knew
the three
about
sons.
the other two, but I didn't know if that was another son or not. But
Yeah, which he does
uh,
a lot of Bob Marley like songs
yeah,
when he plays.
yeah, I love. To me, Bob Marley Legend is the greatest album that's ever been recorded, and
Sir,
I have no qualms saying that. And there's some awesome albums, obviously, out there in every genre, but to me, Legend is the greatest album that's ever been made. I mean, let's just fight me, bitches. Ashley says that she's gonna steal your lady.
Oh.
Now we know why Ashley wants to come to Nashville.
don't you gotta go to Colorado that weekend? Don't you gotta like fly out somewhere?
Uh-oh, we're getting jealous now.
Where's
Love you.
is she leaving? Did you make her leave?
No,
I'm still here. I'm just
we got all the
hovering
kids
elsewhere.
piled up in their room.
Ah, gotcha. I made my kids go downstairs because they're way too. How many kids do you have?
Me,
Yeah. How many?
I can't
How many
pull out a
kids are
parking
in your
space.
house?
I've got 4.
How many kids are in your house?
Right now, we've got 2 of them. My oldest son and her son, 14 and 11, and then I've got a 2-year-old. Damn, I forgot. Sorry, I've been drinking. I've got my
Aim,
11-year-old.
haven't we all? I
I've got 2
guarantee you,
girls and 2
Ashley
boys of
Knuckles
my
is
own.
drinking. So you
I'm
know
turtly
what?
enough for the Turtle Club.
There you go. You know what it's like then to trying to be doing something, and you got to kick your kids out of the wherever you are because kids have no volume level. All
They're
right,
probably in
so
there playing on the bunk beds.
we played your badass single that you just released. Very proud of you. It's a rocking song.
Appreciate that. I really do.
Let's talk about the future a little bit because I
I
just
hope they're
started.
not as mean as me growing up. Thanks, Angie.
I just started following your significant other there on the old Instagram, and it says future Mrs. Arvel Terry.
So yeah, we're trying to plan a wedding.
Are you gonna be the wedding band? That
I
was a
don't
joke.
know. I don't know if she's gonna let me sing or not.
Hey, if you need Uncle Turtle to come do a set, I'm all
Almost
over.
definitely.
I'm all over that shit. You'll have
You want to say
family.
hi? No.
Absolutely. Who is it? You
Come here.
no. You can't leave now. You got to get on here.
This is a problem child right here. This is
I-
Anthony.
I got 2 of those. What's up, Anthony?
Right.
Uh,
He's 14, so you can figure out how much trouble he's getting into.
I've got a 17-year-old and a 13-year-old, and both of them are going to advance in age in the next 3 months. So yeah, I know exactly what you're dealing with.
Yeah. Parents are dumb. They don't know what they're talking about. You know how it is.
How many times have you caught him making out with a girl?
Yeah. He just got his first girlfriend, so
And there it is.
yeah, you already know where that's going. So
Teach him all the
hang on a
tricks.
second. Trying to keep him out of trouble. Make sure he doesn't make the same mistakes I made.
What up, Jordan? My boy Jordan. Hashtag Kansas. He's in here. Angie Judkins, she wants to know when's the next single coming out. We were just about to talk about that. What's the future for Arvel Terry music?
Um, since I put the release of Small Town Boys out, I've gotten hit up about doing some features. So I'm just kind of figuring those out. I've got something I'm working on. I'm kind of keeping it a secret. Um, I'm working on putting out something a little different in a different genre,
Uh-oh.
and I'm gonna put my hand in it. To me, music, I love the creative aspect of it. I love everything that goes into it,
Right.
and the final product. So I don't like to tie myself into a box per se.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely working on. I've got something else in the works. Putting that together, getting all the strings pulled for that. But as far as country goes, um, I've got some stuff lined up too. I've got some other songs wrote. Just kind of getting the funds together to get everything together and get in the studio and put it together. So
Yeah.
hopefully sooner than later. You want to help fund that dream?
There you go.
ArvelTerry.com. You can buy you a hat, buy you a shirt.
I do
Anything
like those
helps.
hats. I might have to get me one of those hats. I was looking at those
The
earlier
Richardsons.
today. Yeah, they look nice. I like your logo. You got a good logo, dude.
Appreciate it. I actually paid somebody on Fiverr to make that logo, and I was like, man, this is not going to work. And first lick, it was amazing. Like he sent me like 5 different copy versions of the
Mm-hmm.
logo, and I was blown away by it. I was real happy. So
Yeah,
I was lucky to get it. And
it's a good one.
now I'm putting it on everything.
There you go. And I've seen it with the Tennessee logo, the Tennessee flag logo on the back. I've seen it with
I love that logo.
just the block, or not the block, but the filled in letters. And either way, it looks sharp. It looks sharp.
I love everything Tennessee flag. Like it's on my coffee mug. Like I've got the Tennessee flag anywhere I can put it. I will. I
Mm-hmm.
love the layout of the Tennessee flag.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Jordan said he needs Turtle and Arvel Terry merch.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
So
I
hey,
got I
I
got
gotta
the
say
don't buy
something
this shirt on right now.
real quick. There's a guy in here named Cyrese Smith, Mr. Smith. He's a rapper. Okay, this dude, I'm telling everybody right now, and I think I said it last week when I was live on Instagram with Jordan and Cyrese was there. Cyrese is going to be an Cyrese is an awesome rapper, and I just want to put that out here now. Since he jumped down here, he put out a single, and it's awesome. If you like rap music at all, Arvel, this guy is like old school East Coast, like his vibe and everything, and he's badass, but he doesn't. He might think he's badass, but he doesn't know why he's badass. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those guys, and I love this dude. And I will be, if he'll do it, I'm definitely going to be doing a song with Cyrese Smith, and it's going to be a dope hip hop project that will be awesome.
Man, I dig country rap and what it's come to be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember Georgia Boys and Mud Diggers and stuff, and where it's come from, where it started, and where it's become.
Mm-hmm.
I respect the hell out of that, and
Yep.
I dig it. I'm willing to do any features on any country rappers out there that want a good country hook. I'm definitely looking to itching to get into doing some features and hooks.
You've definitely got an old school vibe to your voice.
It's actually funny. I grew up as a kid. My mom would kick us out of the house and turn the speakers up on cleaning weekend. So I'd sit on the front porch and I could hear Alan Jackson
Right.
and old Blake Shelton and Tracy Lawrence and Mark Chestnut playing through the walls. And as I got older, I got into the metal and rap and rock and everything. And then I don't know, somewhere in my 20s, I became a huge Dwight Yoakam fan, and it's
I
honky tonk
knew
country
it.
ever since.
I
Yeah,
knew it, dude. I
all
almost
tight
said
denim and all of it.
I almost said something, but I was like, nah. He was talking about, not boxing in a genre and all that. So I didn't want to bring it up, but I was like, I was trying to figure out kind of that vibe. And I was like, yeah, it's got to be Dwight. It's Dwight Yoakam. I knew, like,
I've
I,
never heard that. I've gotten Sturgill Simpson. I've heard a lot of people say I sound
okay,
like
yeah,
Sturgill,
I see that a lot too. But it's
which is a big respect. I love Sturgill.
yeah, he's awesome. And he's from Kentucky. Bam. So is Chris Stapleton. Bam.
I love some Stapleton,
Yeah.
man. I try to sing some Stapleton. There's some of his vocal licks.
Oh,
I can't hit them. They're hard.
yeah.
He has a
he's
range
ridiculous.
that's just bananas.
Yeah. But no, I think in the Dwight Yoakam vibe, which I love Dwight Yoakam,
Oh
but
yeah.
it's the pronunciation of words and it being a southern thing where you dragged some things along, some syllables and it really but yeah, that I love it. I love it. That's what gives it that old school feel to me. But yeah, I honestly did think it's kind of a Dwight Yoakam vibe because of that. That's awesome. Uh, hmm.
I love it. I was a huge Dwight Yoakam fan when I found my way back into country. It was
Yeah.
a big influence. And then as I got older, and Chris Stapleton, and man, the stuff he did with the Steel Drivers is just gold. It's beautiful.
I don't know about the Steel Drivers.
So
Talk to
Chris
me.
Stapleton was in a band called the Steel Drivers.
Really?
Very bluegrassy. Feel like it's got more grit. It's still Stapleton,
Hmm.
but oh yeah, Can You Run, Shallow Grave, all those by Steel Driver, amazing songs.
I didn't know that. I'm gonna check them out. Like I said, I grew up in Kentucky, and so I love bluegrass. Excuse me. And I don't know if you can right up. Let's see, right above my finger, below that picture, is my banjo is hanging there, and then I've actually got a homemade banjo hanging here, and then my flat top six
Can you
string.
play banjo?
I can a couple songs, but I'm not very good. Like it's
I
tuned
was gonna
to
say if I need a banjo player on a track, I'll definitely get you to record some stuff
yeah, I
for
can
me.
fake it with the best of them, brother. Because it's I played guitar for a long time, and banjo's based on an open G, and so I can
Rebel
mess with it.
Jordan just said Tyler Childers, man, that's a guy that's got a voice you don't expect to come out of him when you see him.
I
He's a
honestly
Kentucky boy, ain't he?
I don't know. I've heard of Tyler Childers, but I've never. I don't couldn't tell you a song. And I
Oh
know that
man,
I just don't listen to mainstream music, and
Tyler Childers. I mean, I guess he's mainstream now after Country Squire album came out, but oh man, Lady May, Follow You to Virgie, uh, Bibles and Bottles. Oh my God, it is just backwoods bluegrass, beautiful.
the Chad's. I had this same question in my head. Chad Speed said, "Did you say more grit?" You said Chris Stapleton sang with a little more grit with the bluegrassy band he was with.
Maybe I'm using my words wrong, but I don't know. It's got a more rugged feel with the Steel
Wow.
Drivers. I mean, don't get me wrong. Stapleton is there's nothing like him out
Yeah, and
there,
that's what
but with the
amazed.
Steel Drivers, it's definitely there's more edge to it.
Really, I'm gonna have to check that out because he's unbelievable. He's unbelievable. But
White House Road. We've been sniffing that cocaine,
let's see.
getting higher than the grocery
Chad
bills.
Speed says I look like a banjo player. I don't know what the
He said
fuck.
it, not me.
don't know what the fuck that means. Hot. That hick chick is here. Have you heard her? She's on I follow her on Instagram. She's been
I've
doing
seen the name pop up.
some
I think
remixes.
I've looked at some of her stuff, but
She's been doing some remixes, and so she's dabbling in the music. Normally, she does reactions and stuff, but she's pretty funny gal, and she's not too sore on the eyeballs either. I'll probably get in trouble. I hope my wife's not watching this right. Honey, I love you. We've been married for like 23 years. We got 3 kids. Where the hell am I going?
man, I am very fortunate with the woman I have now. She
Well,
puts up with me like no one else.
I already
And I'm
told
not.
you
I'm.
what I think. Married.
It's funny because she's like very hippie chick, like the dreadlocks and patchouli and Grateful Dead. I mean, she's
Yes.
just. We went to see Nikki Sixx in concert, and I thought she was gonna lose her mind. Like, she's just. I'm a '90s baby. I mean, I want my MTV. Throw me out there. That's me. And she's super '80s. And I'm
What's her-
redneck, backwoods.
Is she?
Go ahead.
Can she hear me?
She's probably watching live on her phone in the bedroom.
I'm curious what her favorite Grateful Dead song is. My stepdad got me listening into a lot of late 60s and 70s bands, and Grateful Dead was one
She's
of them.
on there. 60s.
She said 60s, not 80s. Well, I want to know.
I am
but
31 years old.
wow, I was close to graduating high school when you were born. That's
I'm
why
glad
they
you said
call
that
me
because
OG.
I feel old and that helps me feel young again.
I'm old. I'm old. We don't.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Stevie Nicks. I'm stupid.
Stevie Nicks. I was wondering. You said Nikki
Nicks.
Sticks, and I was like, oh, the Motley Crue guy.
No, I'm retarded.
So, anytime I see somebody with a Grateful Dead shirt on, I always ask them what their favorite Grateful Dead song is, because I love the Grateful Dead, and I'm always curious because they have their songs are a lot of them. I mean, they're unbelievable. But
They're
you can
great, but I think I like them all across the board. Like, I can't. There's so many different artists, like music altogether. I love it all across the board. I'm not really one where I can pick favorites.
Yeah, we
But I think-
found out because when you went to see Nikki Sticks. I'm just making
But
fun of
I
Arvel.
think I'm more
Sorry.
of a Jefferson's Airplane girl.
Wow. Like, we built this city, that kind of. 'Cause-
White Rabbit, baby. That's where it's at.
Jefferson. You said Jefferson Airplane, right?
Yes.
Now, the Jefferson Starship is a different band that kind of evolved out of that, didn't they, in the 80s? That we built this city on rock and roll. You know that song?
I think everybody knows that song.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to see now. I'm gonna have to look that shit up. I won't be able to go to sleep tonight. Oh, damn it! My favorite
Yeah, what
Grateful.
I'm saying is I'm like backwoods redneck, and she's like super hippie. I don't know how the hell we mashed together and work, but for some reason we do.
I'm thinking she felt sorry for you. So
That's fair. That's fair.
some kind of nurses. You know how nurses fall for their patients and shit. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on right here.
I'm
That's
kind
fair.
of a nurse. I'm an animal nurse.
See? You know,
I'm a dog.
One of my favorite words is mammalian. And that's a random fact about me. So let's go on with the future of your music. I don't want her to go anywhere because when I get tired of talking to you and you ramble on, at least I can look at her and be like, I bet she's interesting. I wish she'd be quiet. No, I'm just saying. Tell me, we want to know.
Fair.
People are asking. People want to know the future. We know you guys are getting hitched, and that's awesome. You know, it proves miracles do happen. But
Right?
we want to know what's the future of Arvel Terry music. You don't give away any secrets, but like is there? Do you have plans for a single coming out? Do you got plans for an album? What's going on?
Honestly, man, I put this single out to kind of gain attention and to figure out where I'm going. I mean, I'm still learning the music industry. I've only been doing this a year. Like a year ago, I walked into a studio. I think I started telling you some of the story on the phone yesterday.
Tell. I stopped you in the middle of it because I wanted you to tell it tonight. So start from the beginning, catch everybody up, and tell us the rest of it also.
So I grew up backwoods Pentecostal family,
That's
singing in the churches.
holy running and holy laughter and
Yeah, the running across the pew. It was weird.
speaking in tongues. And
I've seen it. It's something.
I've seen it too. Trust me.
But yeah. So I grew up Pentecostal family. I grew up around my grandfather playing guitar on Christmas. He'd pull out the old Martin and sing, hymns. But I don't know. I was always scared to try to sing. I've always loved music, like as a kid, but I was always too scared to do anything about it. And I was always afraid of being told you can't sing, don't quit your day job. And something clicked about a year and a half ago. And I was like, I'm getting old, which I'm not old, but I was reaching a point where it's like, you got to do it or just don't. Like either if you don't do it now, you're never going to do it. It's over. You'll always wonder what happened.
Well, I'm when I was 46, 45, 45, I made the same decision in my head. So trust me, you got time.
Right.
More time than you think.
My networking that I've been doing with Instagram and reaching out to people has been amazing. Like I've got to meet some of the coolest people in the music industry that I never in my life thought I would meet or sit down with or have a beer with. And I have no clue how the music. I'm learning it as I go.
Yeah.
But a year and a half ago, I can't play a guitar. My timing was horrible. I didn't know if I could sing, and didn't know how a studio worked or how that went. But I reached out to this studio in Nashville, South Light Sounds. Can't remember what the guy's name was that produced it, and I just said, "Man, I don't know what I'm doing. I want to do this Luke Combs cover, even though I'm leaving." And I walked in. He played guitar for me, recorded the guitar. I did the song "Drunker Than Hell," just nervous as I could be. And 2 hours later, he handed me the file. And the goal was I recorded it because I said I wanted to make my dad cry for Father's Day. So I recorded it for a Father's Day gift and sent it to my dad. And I sent it to my father, and he called me back just bawling his eyes out, crying. This is so good. I'm so proud of you, son. And I'm like, well, you're my dad.
You got to say that.
You got to like it.
It's your job.
And I put it on Facebook. I didn't put any ads on it. I just put it on there. I was like, okay, let's see what people say. And it hit like 1,300 views the first week. And out of nowhere, people started blowing me up, messaging me like, dude, why didn't you do this when we were in church? Like, why didn't you sing? And I was like, I didn't know I could. I never thought I could. And I don't know, that just kind of lit the spark. And then I started networking, and I was meeting people in more of the mainstream music industry, and kind of learning how that goes and the business side of that. And very quickly, I kind of realized that wasn't the route I wanted to take.
Word.
Um, so then I kind of took a pause, took a break, and was like, how am I going to do this? What am I going to do? And then I started looking into the independent industry, and I became a huge fan of Upchurch since way back when he was doing the YouTube little Facebook videos, little Vines. Remember Vines?
Yeah.
Um,
That's
and I watched
amazing.
his career. I watched his career, and I watched Luke Combs' career, and I watched these guys coming up and how they did it. And I was like, I'm in Nashville. Surely I could do this. And that's it, man. I'd scratch up any bit of money I could. I'd reach out. I can't play guitar. I'm learning. I've got a guitar sitting here. I can play 4 chords on it, and I play them in the same pattern. um,
What 4 chords are they?
A minor, C, E, and G.
If you learn D, you can
I
basically
can't play D. Sorry.
you can write.
I can play the major chords. I don't.
You can write, or you can play almost every song that's ever been written. I mean,
And I learned those in like a week.
Yeah.
And I've just been playing the same chords over and over again.
Just
Church
wait
is the
until
goat, man. I respect the hell out of Upchurch and what
Oh,
he's
yeah.
done for the industry and everything he does.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, I would. I don't usually get go fanboy or anything, but if I got to do a song with Church, I'd probably lose my mind for a minute. That would be a huge honor to
Oh,
get
yeah.
that chance.
Absolutely.
And I mean, I don't know what the future holds. Like I said, I'm brand new in this, but Small Town Boys, I made a post on Facebook this evening right before we got on here. And I posted, I said, thanks to everybody. And this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
I don't know what the future holds. I don't know which direction I'm going to go, but I know that I'm not giving up. Like I've already broke through the door, being able to be on here and be on this interview with you and the people that I've met in the industry and the networking. We're just kicking the door in. We're just now
Yeah.
going through that door. And once that door opens, I'm running.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
That's
can't keep
what-
up, you get left behind. I'm going to
That's the
keep
thing
going
ab-
with it because I love
Yeah.
it.
That's the thing about independent music. Like, it's all on your time. Nobody's telling you when you can do what you. Not only is nobody telling you what to do, but you get to do your own thing. And in the music industry, that is a thing. You know, that you sign with a record label, and they're like, "Oh no, we want you to. You're going to pick songs from these artists, from these songwriters, and you're going to do those. And this is what your sound is going to be."
Well, the more I studied record labels, by the time it's time to sign the paperwork, you've already done the hard work. You've already built
Yeah.
a fan base. You've already
They're just
perfected your craft. Like, what do I need you anymore
Johnny
for? Like,
come
social
lately.
media's took all that over.
because all the hard work in the years of doing stuff and putting it out there for people and building a fan base, that's all done when there's no money involved. But when you start to get popular, then the record labels come out and they're like, "Oh, you're about to start making money. We want a piece."
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
And then you got to follow this guideline, and you got to fit to their image, and
Yep.
that's the bit. You watch Luke Combs before he signed with Sony, and it's two
Yeah.
different people.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
don't get me wrong, I love Luke Combs' songs. I jam them out. I don't care how anybody feels about it. That's not my problem. But if you listen to Luke Combs, "Can I Get an Outlaw?" and "Share If You Want To" and stuff, and then you listen to his songs now, and you can see it. You can see the difference and the change, and it's like, man, really?
And
Like you didn't have to do that.
that whole, first there's Morgan Wallen and that whole issue, and then that people found Luke Combs did this song with Ryan Upchurch, and there's rebel flags everywhere, and so then they had to, the label and Combs had to pull back from that. But that shed, to me, that shed a lot of light on, for musicians and artists, for what the music industry actually does, like what they can control, and you end up being just a pawn until you pay them back whatever they fronted you.
Well, a lot of your big major artists that we grew up with in the '90s and early 2000s are finally coming out and be like, "We're broke. There's no money there. Like we're broke." And speaking of Dwight Yoakam, I believe he's actually suing his label now. I could be wrong, but I think I read something where he's actually suing the label
It's
because of money
happening.
loss.
It wouldn't surprise me. It's
And
crazy.
it's a sad thing, because I mean they're getting money off of that person's talent.
Yeah.
People in a business suit crunching numbers, and it's not about the creative side. And that's what music's really drawn to me is I love the creativity. Even I don't. My biggest thing with pop music and everything is if you want to look at a legend, look at something that you can feel the heart in the song. If there's no heart in it, yeah, it can be flashy, it can be fun, and it's gonna die out and it's gonna get forgotten. But those true legends, those real songs, you feel a piece of you in every one of them, and that's what makes a legend. That makes a song survive and last and really mean something. And nowadays, I just don't see a lot of that. You see, this makes money now. This is a flash in the pan. Let's push it out until you're squeezed dry, and we throw you right out the box. And I don't agree with that. I just want to make music, whether it's good, it's bad, or it's mediocre.
Well, you're
I made it.
making.
It came out of my brain.
You're an artist, and you're creating an art. And what, to me, what labels do is they take your art, this thing that you created, and they push it down into a cookie mold that's close to kind of the same sound, and they push it down there, force you in those constraints, and then they squeeze all of the art and joy out of it with numbers. And I do not listen to any mainstream music. Like,
I'm guilty of it. These happy little pop songs that come out on country, some of them are catchy, and I'll roll the windows down and sing right along with them. But I mean, that's what it's there for. I mean, you look at Florida Georgia Line. Look, I will get out there around a bonfire and sing Florida Georgia Line songs all day, but that's what they're there for. They're party songs. They're not meant for anything else but just to have a good time.
And I'll back up a little bit. When I say I don't listen to mainstream music, it's mostly because I'm always listening. I love finding new artists, especially new independent artists. And so I'm always listening to that and listening to people that I follow and support that I've found that are independent. And I will say that my two, I don't know what you want to call it, the two things that I really, hey puppy. Is that a shepherd?
Yes, she is a big old girl.
Yeah. I would say that my two guilty pleasures, that's what I'll call them. My two guilty pleasures are the Florida Georgia Line album that they made it that came out that had the big hits on it in the beginning. I've been drinking. I can't.
You know, up down, up down, up down. That was big with Florida Georgia Line. That was Morgan Wallen and Florida Georgia Line back
I've
before
never
Morgan Wallen kind of.
never heard it. I
Oh, it's a drag.
listened
It's a
to
boat song.
the original stuff. I can't think of it now. I haven't listened to it in forever. Uh, this is how we roll. Whoa.
Oh God,
That
yeah.
album.
Me and my buddies used to jam that out all
Yeah.
the time.
And then the most embarrassing guilty pleasure I have, and you can judge me. I don't care. But
My playlist would make some of y'all go, "What the hell?" So we ain't even gonna get there.
Miley Cyrus. No cap. Party in the USA. I can blast that song for some reason and enjoy the hell out of it. And it makes me. All right, look. It makes me sad to tell you guys this, but I'm fine with it. I mean, we're all friends here. We basically live together on Instagram, so it's okay if I play a little Party in the USA. You know what I mean? You don't have to judge me.
I'm judging, but I shouldn't because I've got some in my playlist where you'd go, "What the hell is this?" And man, whatever gets it through the day, whatever you enjoy, man, it's all that matters.
That's just one of those songs that if I was in a bad mood and it came on, I'd still bob my head. But don't tell
What was that? I used to have my guilty pleasures burnt CDs, and one of the songs I'd roll my windows up in the truck on my way home from work so nobody could hear it, and it was Snow Informer.
I let you boom boom down.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Informers, Snow, Land Down Under.
I used to have that album. It was called 9 Inches of Snow. And I'm like, hey bro, ain't nobody believing that shit. I like your shit, but ain't nobody believing it. He kind of made a comeback. Did you know that?
My boss at my day job, we went to see Weird Al with the Nashville Symphony because he's really into parody artists and
Right.
he loves. And before the show started, we went to this bar, and he's always like, "I can sing line for line, Informer. I don't have to look at the lyrics."
I don't even
Straight
think
on.
Snow knows what the lyrics to that song are.
We went to Wannabe's down on Broadway, and he gets on stage, and I'm watching him, and everybody's kind of bouncing around, and they're getting into it, and then they start to look at him, and he's not looking at the screen. I mean, on point, every word, and I'm just like, what the fuck? He killed the whole bar. He knew every word. It was crazy.
Here's a story about Uncle Turtle when I was young. Even younger than you. I was like
Chad Speed's favorite song. Sorry,
22, 23, something like that. I had partaken of some of the Lord's vegetation. And I was playing Snow on the house stereo, and I was standing at the kitchen counter, and my friends were sitting in the living room looking at me, and they're like, "What is he doing?" And I was standing there pretending like I was running a DJ, like, you know, like that, while Snow was playing, and I was getting into it, and I was like, "I'm badass." That's just because at the time I was high.
I zone out and I start beatboxing. Like if I'm in the truck driving, I'll just start like beatboxing dubstep. And I hope nobody ever hears it because it probably sounds horrible, but that's the Florida boy coming out at me.
Devin Laterno said that his guilty pleasure is the Moana soundtrack.
Dude, that's a good movie. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, I've had to watch. I've got a daughter, so
I love Disney movies.
Yeah, but when you've had kids for as long as I have, you get tired of watching. Can we watch The Little Mermaid? No, it's got secret penises in it. You know, that kind of thing.
My kids would watch Paw Patrol and then like leave. 3 episodes later, I'm still sitting there by myself watching.
Paw Patrol. I need. In that case, I need to hear some Paw Patrol references in your music, just to keep it real. Just to keep it real.
Some Paw Patrol references in my music. Man, I'm excited to do some more music.
Yeah, we
honestly, man, if I had the funding behind me, I'd never leave the studio. Every day of my life, I'd be writing and recording.
It's all
I love it. I love being in the studio and recording and just watching it all come together. I'm a studio junkie. Like I suck at the Instagram and the social media, and I try to make it and do the posts, and I look awkward trying to do videos, but man, I do it all just so I can be in the studio.
Yeah. Devin said he gets goosebumps when she hits that "I am Moana." Dude, that is definitely a guilty pleasure. Like you don't want to be telling everybody. Is she still sitting next to you?
He is. We're
what the hell?
We're refueling.
I already told you. See, you just got done talking too long, and I could have been looking at her.
Oh God. She's
How you doing?
Definitely a sight.
See, when Ashley Knuckles got on here, that just ruined me. Now I know where these interviews can go, and that one, honest to God, it scared the shit out of me. But anyway,
it was a fun one.
Oh,
she was sitting right there. We were watching it. I couldn't stop laughing the whole freaking interview. Just watching your expressions.
I was like, she just kept talking. Like she don't give a damn. She just kept talking about shit, and I was like, my channel's probably gonna get shut down. But
I'm interested to hang out with them when they come to Nashville, but I'm also like, man, what am I going to jail?
What y'all?
Am I gonna get arrested on Broadway when they show up?
What y'all signing up for?
Yeah, it's
a good time, that's for sure.
All right, you were talking about struggling to create content and stuff for social media. I swear to God, if you don't vlog them coming down to Nashville, if you don't like vlog that, and at least you could, even if you just send it to me privately, I need to see that. Like, I don't know what's going to go down.
So something will happen, and then after it happens, I was like, I should have filmed that for Instagram.
Or you'll be like...
I do all my own photo stuff, too, so I like the picture of the dog in my hat. Like, I'm sitting in the hallway, like, hold the dog still, put the hat on her head. Just to get the pictures, try to sell some hats.
I was thinking it would be more like, wow, I'm glad we didn't just film that. You know.
Oh, God. It'll be a good time. Man, they seem like really cool people.
Oh, yeah.
I've watched some of her lives where Knuckles is kind of rehearsing for shows. And
her OnlyFans, kind of.
Nah, I haven't found that yet.
No, she said she doesn't have an OnlyFans anymore. But she did say that she paid for Knuckles' first album with her OnlyFans account. And I was like,
hey, if anybody out there wants to pay for my album,
that's some ride or die shit right there. That is some ride or die shit.
Don't get any ideas.
She's just trying to, she's just trying to support you. He said
Jordan,
selfishly.
I appreciate that, brother.
Right here, buddy.
There you go.
I took screenshots of Turtle's reactions when Ashley would say something crazy. You got to send those to me, man. Hit me up on Instagram and send me those pictures.
He doesn't have to send them. I mean,
I mean, you don't have to, but it would be appreciated.
I mean,
Didn't didn't you learn about peer pressure when you were in school? Quit
Yeah,
bullying
and a
them.
lot of bad decisions came from it. I found out I'm allergic to pot.
yeah, it's really
Oh,
unfortunate.
oh, skirt. What the fuck did you just say?
I'm allergic to marijuana. I get
And ladies
sick,
and gentlemen,
like,
that'll be the
sick.
end of the interview. Thanks for showing up. And how you
I
doing,
mean,
Bill?
hey,
And your
I support it. I believe in it.
your
I think it's
fiance,
a great thing.
your Grateful Dead listening, dreadlock wearing fiance sitting next to you is like, I didn't know that shit before I said yes.
He knew. That's
I
how we found out.
Our second date.
Second date, she's like, smoke this. I took 2 hits. She had to drive me home. I was in the passenger seat puking my brains out. Sick as a dog.
Lord.
And
Or
I was like, well, this girl, I'll never see her again. And here we are.
oh, I just realized you're covering up my live chat here. I need to hold on. Bloop. There it is. Now I'm covering up her face. What the hell?
Oh, look at you.
There we go. So I just realized
Yeah,
maybe
to make up
she's-
for my family, right, Chad?
maybe she's not like that. Maybe she was like, this is perfect. Because then I get it all.
Hey, you know, that is not a bad point. I did think that much.
Honey, I bought a cheesecake for tonight. Oh, you're allergic to it? Oh, that's too bad. Nom, 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 nom. Ooh,
This
that's
is why I
awesome.
weigh more than you.
I agreed to do this interview. I actually asked him for an interview. I was like, hey, I see you interview. Can I hop on there?
This is awesome. This is...
No, I knew it was going to be a good time.
Well, hey, what if we... Let me make sure I'm still connected. Let's play some of your other songs. How about that?
You know, Chad wants to hear Me in the Bottle. That's his favorite song.
I'm about to play it right now. Then.
That's actually the first one I did.
It's a sad one. Fair warning.
Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Arvel Terry, me, and the bottle. Please don't.
There you go, Chad.
Son of a ass! There's a freaking ad.
Whoa! Avalanche! Let's just add guac to the shopping list.
You do, big girl.
Holy guacamole. Here we go. Me and the bottle.
She said she was leaving. Got her stuff packed by the door. This time she means it. She ain't come round here no more.
It's the Chitlins.
Red tail rides down a dirt road. Front door open wide. I'm here on the front porch. Me and the bottle here tonight.
Can you guys hear this okay out there in internet land?
No one playing my own. No one calling my phone. Me and the bottle at home. It's cold January, and the furnace done gone out. The cabinets are empty, but for the whiskey there's I'm just thinking, how far will I fall? All my friends have moved on, no one to blame but my own. No one calling my phone, yeah. Just me and the bottle at home. All my friends have moved on, no one to blame but my own. No one calling my phone. Me and the bottle at home. Me and the bottle.
There we go. Yes, sir. That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's
Top-
actually the first song it's my first original song that I wrote and
Well,
recorded.
let's talk about it. Tell me about that first song. All right, so you went to the studio and you were like, "I want to record a song," and they were like,
So
"Okay, here's a
I worked lawn care.
Luke Combs." So I guess what I'm interested in is you went to the studio, you recorded a Luke Combs song,
Yes, I did, even though I was leaving, or
And
even though I'm
then-
leaving.
and then you did this "Me in the Bottle." In between those two things are as like the parts that I'm interested in. That's the part that I'm always curious about. That decision to ultimately try this. That what clicked in your brain. Was it just the response you got off of that first song you did, or
So after the Luke Combs cover, I made friends with some music promoters in the mainstream industry. Started kind of hanging around with them, learning the mainstream industry. I was trying to write and work on some music, and I was going to parties and meeting with big celebrity country artists and stuff. And
you were an actor too in there, weren't you?
yeah. So when I first moved to Nashville, I was going to college for architecture and design, and on the side, I was doing stand-up comedy and acting.
Nice.
Um, so I did some stuff, some extra spots and stuff with the TV show Nashville. Did a couple stand-up shows. I don't think I was very good, which is why I don't do it anymore. But yeah, I did that. Like I always felt like I was meant to do something creative.
Right.
Like 9 to 5 wasn't gonna work for me. That I didn't fit that mold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm meant for something different. So I was always trying to. I guess it was always music. Music always on the back end, but I didn't think I could do it. So it's like, what can I do? I love watching movies. I love comedy movies. So it was always that kind of thought. Well, can I do comedy? And then I had some buddies from college. They're like, dude, get up on a stage. You're funny. So I do some open mic nights and picked up some shows. And at one point, I was supposed to. Dude came up to me and was like, "We're wanting to start a prank show here in Nashville, kind of like Ridiculousness and stuff.
Right.
We just want you to host it. Just say a couple funny lines
Oh,
and then
shit.
bring in the next prank and do that." And I was like, "Hell yeah, this is my ticket. Like this is it." And every time I called him, it was, "Well, we're getting locations, we're getting contracts, we're getting this." And I was like, "Dude, it's been months. Like either you put a contract in my face or just don't call my phone anymore.
Right.
Like I'm tired of waiting." And that fell through. And then I went back to working a 9 to 5, and I worked and I worked, and I finally got a little bit more stable. And then I was like, okay, what's the next thing I can try to do? What am I good at doing? And it wasn't, like I said, until a year and a half ago I finally was like, man, music's always been inspiring to me.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it, let's sing. You know what I mean? And then once I did it and I sang, that's when it kind of clicked. Like it clicked in my head, like I'm home now. This is what
Yeah.
I'm gonna do.
This is an opportunity or a situation that I can move forward with and could be successful. Yeah.
It felt right. Like
Mm-hmm.
doing comedy was fun, and I enjoy it, and I love making people laugh, and I love interacting with people. But it was, what's funny, what's this, right? And it felt like I was just trying to see how I could get the laughs. And with music, it just fits. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can start playing something, and in my head, it immediately starts. I start finding lyrics.
Right.
It starts flowing, and I don't really have to. I don't have to think about it too much. My biggest problem though is I can write hooks and an intro, and then I
The
blank out on
verses.
my
Yeah.
verses.
Yeah.
But you could start playing an instrumental, and my brain immediately, without even thinking, starts putting the hook together.
Right.
And it felt so natural that I was like, well, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I feel comfortable. This is my element. And I started doing karaoke and hitting up the karaoke bars, and I'd get up there and sing, and the people started, why aren't you playing downstairs with the band? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, just I don't have a band, so this is what I'm doing. And then I started meeting people in the music industry after I did the cover, and I think I was trying to build the band before I had anything to go off of. I didn't have any
Momentum.
songs wrote. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I'm like, I need a band. And then band members hit me up like, what are you doing? And I'm like, nothing. We're gonna figure it out now. And they're like, no, we're not. We're already playing shows. Like we can't just hop on
And see,
this.
and
So
and that's an important thing because earlier we talked about record labels kind of being the Johnny come lately. But if you're going to have somebody, if you're going to have a full band and you're going to have that solid nucleus of players, you want people that obviously have skill and complement the sound that because your name is on it. You know what I mean?
right.
And so if you can find those artists that complement your sound and are willing to, go all in for that, that's the hard part. But like what you were saying, oh, so what are we doing? Well, nothing yet. We're starting it, and they bail. Yeah.
A lot of these guys, like a lot of the band musicians in the Nashville area, they're already doing, studio sessions, or they want to go play Broadway. They want to be a cover band on Broadway, which, don't get me wrong, it makes money, but that's not my vision. I don't want to be the cover band that plays your favorite mainstream
Right.
songs that you get
You don't
drunk
want to
to.
be you don't want to be a jukebox.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, if you're on Broadway, nobody gives a fuck who you are, as long as you play the song good enough for them to get drunk to. And I don't want to do that. I want to make a name. I want to build a legacy. I want people to know the name and to know who the band members are, and
You want people
to be a
playing
part of that.
covers of your shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which, in the independent world, it's a little different thing, but that's kind of it. I want people to go, that's Arvel Terry. Like, we know who he is. This is who he is. This is the kind of persona he puts out, not what's the next, Jason Aldean song. Because at the end of the day, they can pop any band in there to play the song, and the tourists ain't gonna know the difference.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of musicians, that's kind of where they want to go. And if you don't have anything to draw them away from that, then they're not going to give you the time of day. And I didn't think I was ready for a band now, but as I've put my last two songs out, and with the networking, and then Small Town Boys coming out, and some people, of course, you've listened to it before it actually released, and I let a couple people listen to it, and a lot of my friends that are full musicians, they're on tour, that's their day job. They get up, they play guitar, and that's all they do for a
Yeah.
living. They're like, man, you need a band. Like, you need to start rehearsing and building a set list, because you're at the point that you're getting throttled back by not going and doing shows. And even if you don't have enough content out, you have enough that you can start promoting yourself and do some covers mixed in with your originals. And I've got a lot of friends in the industry, like, I can't be your guitar player, I'm already touring with somebody, but you need to go find that guy that can play, who's just getting started, and you need to build that family of a band. So it's kind of where I'm at now, so that I can start picking up some shows, I can start getting that direction, and then having a band that works with me and they're part of that vision. It makes it cheaper when I walk in the studio, because we can all write and put all the music together at home.
Yeah.
So by the time we walk in the studio, I don't have to pay for a drummer, I don't pay for a guitar player. I might, if I need a fiddle player, I can.
And time is money. When you go into a studio, that clock starts, and if
Most definitely.
if you ain't practiced up, and it takes you your guitar player 50 takes to get it right, that's all money.
And I'm a perfectionist, and that might be my biggest flaw. And I guess that's why I don't do a lot of acoustic just recording on YouTube and Instagram, is because if I'm not happy with it, I don't put it out.
Yeah.
And I'm still not happy with the stuff I have put out. Like, I listen, and I assume that's just the artist in me.
Mm-hmm.
I hear Small Town Boys, and I was like, I should have sang that differently. I should have sang that differently.
Oh, yeah.
And I pick everything apart every time I put it out. But my goal is, and kind of my driving force is, whatever I put out, the next thing has to be better. So if I've done this,
facts,
I can't go back to that. I have to do better the next time. I have to put something different in. So, and that's kind of my driving force to push my career and the Arvel Terry name and who I am as I move forward. So where I'm going next, I don't know, but I know it's up. And that's all I know is whatever lane I take, it's going to be what feels right to me, and it's better than what I did before.
Yeah.
So,
in one of my songs, one of my lyrics, it says, always moving forward. I don't care if it's by inches. It's always, everything you do, you want it to be a little bit better than the next time.
And sometimes in the music industry, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
And I've learned that very quickly, which this lovely woman right here is there's sometimes where I'm rolling. The messages are coming in. I'm getting, everybody's saying you're great. This is happening. I'm getting opportunities. I'm like, we're going, we're moving, the wheels are rolling. And then the next day, crickets, nothing. And it's literally inch by inch. There's some days where you're just kind of sitting and it's a hurry up and wait game, and it messes with your emotions, especially when you put so much work into something. And I learned very quickly that the music business is you got to have tough skin, because you got to be tough and willing to take some shit to keep pushing forward, or else you kind of get left behind with the rest of them. So I'm learning that very quickly.
And I'm a big fan of Gary Vaynerchuk, and one of the things he talks about is, if you want to do something extraordinary, not just a 9-to-5 office job for a long time and then you retire. If you want to do something extraordinary, you have to be willing to just eat shit for like 10 years and just keep going. And you have to make it so that it is impossible for somebody to ignore you. Like, you just stay in their freaking face I'm not going away, I'm not going away, and you keep getting better, eventually they're going to be like, all right, this guy, he's for real. You know what I mean?
I'm a cocky little shit, so my mindset is like, yeah, they call it a 10-year town. I want to do it in 2 to 5.
Right.
They call
Now,
it 10
are you?
years, but
We talked about it a little bit as far as labels and stuff like that. Is your ultimate goal to sign with a label, like a major label, or are you wanting to stick to like maybe an independent label, but more of an independent artist overall?
so like major label, Universal, Sony, and all them. No, I don't. I can't say that I wouldn't be tempted, but when you look at all of it combined, and you look at these mainstream artists, and I've been very fortunate to meet some of the legends in country music. I got to meet David Ball at a Memorial Day
Oh wow.
party.
He
The nicest guy.
David
The
Ball is a
nicest guy.
perfect example of how it's never too late to start. That
I
dude
love David
didn't get
Ball.
he didn't get famous. He didn't have an album break out until he was like in his early 40s or something, and he killed it. And he's I
I
I
grew up with riding with Private Malone, and I told him that when I met him because I was sitting there in the lunch line. We were getting food. It was a big Memorial Day party, and Jesse Whitley was there, and Ronnie McDowell, and I was talking to this bass player, and I was making conversation. I was like, "So do you do kind of session stuff, or you just kind of on the road? Like, you know, what's your gig?" And he's like, "I play for David over there." And I turned around, and David Ball was sitting up against a tour bus, and I was like, "No fucking way." And I walked up and I said, "Hey, Mr. Ball, I don't want to be intrusive, but man, I grew up riding with Private Malone as a kid, and I love that song, and it's always been my go-to song." He just started singing it for me, like right there, and I was like, "Man, you gotta stop! Like that's so inspiring." And it's stuff like that that just like, man, to see how people react
yeah.
to people loving their music and stuff, it's a different feeling. It's not something you can get from going doing a 9 to 5 job and a boss saying, "Here's a pat on the back, here's 5 cents."
And it's
You're
honestly,
replaceable.
to me, it's stronger than any. Not that I've tried every drug out there, but
It's got
that
its highs and
it's an
lows.
addiction. It's an addiction for when you feel it, even on a small level. Your soul's like, that's what I want.
When I walk out of the studio with something complete, immediately I call my producer at least once a week, and I was like, "Man, I'm ready to work on something, but I don't have the money." I'm like, dude, I every time I walk out, it's like, man, we got to get back in there. It's gonna happen. Like, don't worry, I'll figure it out. We got to figure it out. Like, I'm itching to walk right back in there and put the headphones on and get right back behind the mic,
Mm-hmm.
because every time I'm there, it's letting a piece of me go, and I can't. I don't know how to explain it to anybody that hasn't done it.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've done it. You get what I'm saying. There's just a whole nother feeling about being behind the mic, and letting that creative side come out. And sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's amazing, and it's wonderful, but it's going through that roller coaster ride that makes it all worth it at the end. And you just
Yeah.
want to keep doing it. You just want to keep stepping back in there and doing it again. And that's how I used to see some of these major label artists. They'll put something out, and then they'll ride on it for 3 years before they put anything else out. And it's like, what are you doing, man? Get back in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, keep putting it out. Like, if you love it, just keep doing it. That would be me. Like, if it would be every day, if I could, I'd be putting
Right.
something new out if possible, because I love the adrenaline of being in the studio and doing it. And there was something you said, and I thought about it, but I was letting you when you're talking about Gary V. There's an old uh, quote, and I can't remember who said it or where I seen it from, but it said, this man went up to a guy and he says, "I want to be successful." And he says, "Well, how bad do you want to be successful? He said, I really want to be successful. I want to be successful.
Does this
He
have
said, well, meet
anything
me.
to do with the ocean?
Yeah. So he tells him, meet me at the ocean tomorrow morning.
I love that.
And he tells the guy to walk out into the ocean. And he makes him walk out a little farther. And he walks out to the point where his head's underwater and he can't breathe. And when the guy finally can't have it, he comes back up and he says, what does that have to do to be successful? He says, when you want to be successful, as bad as you wanted to breathe under that water, you'll be successful. And I've lived by that. Like, that's when other people like, well, you don't have the money, or well, you can't do this, or well, it's not convenient. It's like, fuck you. Mm-hmm. No, it sucks, and it's not always convenient, but if I don't do it, somebody else is going to do it. So, and that's kind of my work ethic in the music. Like, dude, I'm willing to show up and work. Like, I'm not a no handout kind of guy. I'm not asking for anybody to give me a free ride in this industry, because a lot of these guys they're legends. They went hungry doing this, and it just part of it is. And I'm willing, if somebody opens that door in and gives me an opportunity, I'm giving them nothing but the best, because somebody else can come in there and do it better than I can. So I got to be on my top game and willing to put the work in to get where I want to be, because there's 100 people out here that can do it just as good as I can.
That's facts. That's facts. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've watched the video of that guy giving that speech multiple times.
I love it, man. I can't remember where I found it from, but I go back to that all the time. Like, man, you're drowning. You gotta push.
Well, man, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. It was honestly, it was really awesome talking to you and meeting your fiance and talking to her. Yeah, there she is.
That's my rock right there. That's my support system right there.
I don't know, but I still don't understand it. I don't understand it. It's
man,
fine.
I don't ask questions. I just enjoy it every day.
There you go, boss moves.
One day
baby.
she'll realize she can do better. I don't know. Maybe not.
You better hope not.
No, she's a good woman, man. I'm very blessed to have her.
Well, I've been pronouncing your name Arvel.
Put some twang in it, Arvel.
Arvel. Okay.
It's backwoods. I'm the fourth Arvel in my
Arvel
family. My
Terry.
great grandfather, my daddy, and then
that's an
my
awesome
great grandfather,
name.
my grandfather, my dad, and me. I'm the fourth one Arvel in my family.
Arvel.
Four generations. So
I love that name. Ladies and gentlemen.
Can't spell it, but you'll never forget it.
Arvel Terry. Arvel Terry. You heard his music. You know you liked it. So go run it up. Go share it on all your social media shit. The man needs his name out there. And
ArvelTerry.com is my website. I'm Arvel Terry Music on Instagram.
He's got
Arvel
merch.
Terry on Facebook. Man, I'm everywhere except for TikTok. I can't seem to figure that thing out. But other than that, you can find me. Man, I appreciate you having me on. I appreciate
what about
your
OnlyFans?
Man, can we do that next time? No.
OnlyFans.
Get big enough that anybody actually wants to see this thing, then we'll talk.
OnlyFans is a trip. I don't even know. Anyway, thank you for getting on here, and ma'am, thank you for making it better.
Oh,
but no,
Thanks,
I really loved talking to you. It was really cool. And I can't wait.
Told you I was long-winded.
Hey, no worries, man. No worries. Like, I can't wait to hear your music that comes out. Like, I'm really looking forward to it. So, I really.
Well, if everything plays out right, there'll be some stuff coming out here hopefully soon. And then, like I said, sky's the limit. I'm gonna keep running with it.
Yeah.
So every time I get a chance, I'm gonna push it. So.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, Mike got in here at the end.
Who
That's my
is it?
brother right there. That man sat at the cold in the bus stop with me in downtown Nashville, freezing our ass off, smoking a cigarette, sharing it.
Who did it?
That's brother. Invictus Grim down there at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
That man, me and him has been hitchhiking down through Nashville trying to catch a metro bus before we had cars.
There you go.
But yeah, man, I appreciate it. I'm gonna spend some time with the family. We're gonna enjoy the weekend and enjoy this release, and I look
Yeah,
forward to
man.
talking to you again.
Absolutely. Congratulations on the release. Again, thank you for the music that you're putting out. I'm glad we hooked up and you got to come on here. I look forward to what you got coming out. And ladies
Yes,
and
sir.
gentlemen, if guys go listen to him, run him up, listen to his stuff on YouTube, follow him on Instagram, follow him on Facebook, follow him on YouTube, subscribe, comment, interact, because people don't know, like, when you have independent artists, they depend on that. They depend on the interaction from the fans on the sites that they put their stuff on. And so,
Yes, sir. That is a big deal.
yeah, if you enjoyed the two songs that we played by him tonight, go listen to them. Go tell people about them. All that stuff.
Give it a
Independent
spin and
artists,
tell your friends.
yeah, independent artists don't have a choice. They don't have those millions of dollars and people buying views and streams, and
Every
this
time
is
I
a
get
real
20
deal.
bucks, I pay for an ad just to try to push it.
There you go. So, Arvel Terry, thank you for being on here.
I
And
appreciate you, man.
yeah, man,
Appreciate
we'll
you
be
giving me the time.
absolutely no, for real. It's my pleasure, and it won't be the last time. The next time you have a song coming out, I really hope that you hit me up and we can have you on again.
Definitely. Yes,
Just
sir.
no
I
no
look forward
rules,
to it.
as long as she's there. That that's my only caveat.
I'll
I-
be
I-
here.
I guess. She's sporting my t-shirt too, so I gotta.
There you go. I might. And
I'll
by the
model
way,
it.
but
You seen the Instagram pictures, don't play.
I'm not even. See, this is how you guys try to get me in trouble with shit. Is I start talking about
Just makes the interview better.
I didn't think she had any pants on. I didn't think she had any pants on.
I had boy shorts on, man.
I
That was
didn't
it.
know that, and
He's like, that doesn't make it better.
neither did my mind. Because I looked at that picture, I was like, oh, she's sporting some. Wait a minute.
The goal is to make you want to buy a shirt.
It,
And then that's why I put "Don't buy this shirt" on the back of it.
it made me want to
It's
do
reverse
something.
psychology.
It made me want to do something. I don't know about buying a T-shirt, but
Oh, come on. You know you want to wear it. I need
I
to get
want-
one of those hoodies, man.
You wanted to buy that shirt twice as much after you saw me modeling it like that.
I might. I seriously am. I'm thinking about. I might need to get me an Arvel Terry hat. But
As soon as I can,
Will do.
man, I'm gonna get. Well, it's too hot to be getting a hoodie, but I'm gonna need to get a shirt, maybe a sticker to put on the back of the Sentra.
there you go. On the
Yes,
back
sir.
He said on the back of the Sentra.
Yeah, man, I had to sell the truck just to pay for anything. I was putting too much gas in it. Don't worry, I'll get another truck. Dude, I'm driving a car, and it's like, man, I couldn't.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I had to buy a freaking new refrigerator today. That's what I spent all day doing. Taking
Man,
out
you
the
wanna
old refrigerator and putting in a new one that costs way more money than I ever thought. My refrigerator has Wi-Fi. What the fuck does my
wanna know
refrigerator
how
need
backwards I
Wi-Fi
am?
for?
Hey, when I say I'm backwards, I'm gonna be real honest with you. This is no lie. I'm so backwards. I have an extension cord going from my kitchen to the back porch where my refrigerator sits because I couldn't get it through the back door or the front door of my house. Well, I actually have my main refrigerator outside in my back porch. I'm not even playing.
Oh, fuck.
I couldn't make this up.
Where's you as they come, baby?
See, what makes it funnier for me is the fact that I didn't go pick it up. It was my wife and kids, the new one. We took measurements and all this shit. Then she brings this refrigerator. We had to take all of the doors off to get it in the house. And I'm like, did you
Love you,
not?
sis.
Did you not measure it? Because I'm pretty sure we had like 3 tape measures, and there was Well, I thought it would fit. Really, she just wanted that one. But it's all in. Everything is good. I staked my claim and put up a beer in there as the first thing to go in, even before it was cold. You know.
I feel like my fridge, when the summer hits, it's not going to be able to keep up with the heat. I'm probably going to have to fork out the money and buy a new fridge to actually go inside the house.
It's gonna
We
hurt.
got we got indoor plumbing and outdoor refrigeration.
Yes, sir. It's right next to my smoker. I've reached that age where I'm smoking meat now. I've been doing briskets and ribs
There
and
you
stuff
go.
outside.
There you
Who's
go.
doing
I do the
ribs?
same.
I take that back. She is in charge of smoking the ribs.
Oh,
She does it perfect. I do the brisket, I do the steaks, she does the ribs.
you keep talking about stuff that she does, and you might want to calm that down because I'm pretty sure Knuckles and his wife both like ribs. She might be moving to Oklahoma.
Man, I'll tell you what, I've lived all over the South and I always come back to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Every time.
All right, dude. I'm going to get off here. Ladies and gentlemen, well, Arvel, what is your name again?
Ina.
Sheena?
Yes.
Like, isn't that like a princess warrior?
Ashley's back.
No, that was Xena.
Zeke?
So there
no.
is Sheena Easton and Sheena of the Jungles back in the 80s.
From now on, I'm going to call you Sheena the Princess Warrior.
You fucked it up, man. You got it wrong.
That's what it is. From now on,
All right. Only for you, Uncle Turtle.
Sheena the Princess Warrior. Ladies and gentlemen, Arvel Terry, Sheena the Princess Warrior. Good music. Go run it up and do all that important stuff. Thank you for being on here, and I'll be talking to you soon, brother.
All right, have a good one, man.
Yes, sir. We'll see you. Ladies and gentlemen, Arvel Terry, you already know. You already know. Go run up his music. Go check him out on all of his social media stuff on YouTube. Everything you want to know about him will be there, and it's dope. Go run him up, check him out, help him get out there, share it, all that. I'm gonna get off here. I might go live on Instagram if anybody wants to jump on there and hang out with me. We can talk about some cool shit. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for getting on here. And next week, I'll be back. Y'all come check it out. Until then, this is Uncle Turtle streaming live on the interwebs. Thank you for joining. It's always a good time.